Welcome to Inside the Force. I'm Greg Grunberg, a.k.a. Snap Wexley.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
Jammed-packed episode as we give you all the Star Wars news that we know as of today.
We're not, we don't read in their minds. We don't read what you guys read.
Well, yeah.
But come on.
But we might know some things.
Yeah, we have scoops, possibly. You don't know. We don't even know if we have scoops.
Celebration is a week away. Exciting news we're going to talk about here that's been dropped that's hinting at what's to come. We kind of talked a little bit about what people are expecting to come here in the next week, 15th, 16th, and 17th over there in Europe. So if you live over there and you're completely unaware,
yeah,
I don't know what to tell you. I'm pretty sure tickets are been sold out.
Yeah,
because
probably
there was that small window of an opportunity that I was going to go, and it was sold out actually.
Yeah, okay.
So I would have had to scalp them on eBay or something like that, which
no.
But yeah, I think the actual tickets are sold out. I know they opened up single day tickets again at one point, but I think they're all gone now. So anyway, we'll dive into some of that, and of course we'll get you highlighted and up to date on whatever's happening on all the mediums here. So first up, of course, Casey's got the film news. What's going on with obviously Rogue One in Episode 8?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much
Episode 8. If you follow Ryan Johnson on Twitter or Instagram, he's a very courteous tweeter and Insta poster. He'll do some stuff. I mean, from sets, kind of funny.
Insta poster.
Insta.
Is that?
I guess I don't know. I just kind of made that up. I think it's a thing. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Insta or a grammar. I think people say grammars.
Because Insta poster is I can think of a poster that's quickly put on the wall. Insta poster.
Spray it on. Or I've heard gramming, grammar.
Gramming, that's Instagramming.
But anywho, he's basically posting some things like they're winding down shooting. They're nearly done. He'll do these little pictures from set actually, but they're so obscure pictures of the garbage bag, and or a hill. Where they're shooting, or an out of focus, really blurry, he shook the camera while taking a picture. So it's a forest,
cool.
But you can't tell. You're obviously trying to disguise it. It's really creative, really clever. But so it looks like they're winding down shooting for Episode 8. Daisy Ridley's still posting her workout videos. If you follow her on Instagram,
yes.
And actually, this last one that she posted, she apparently was in between takes, between setups, I think. She had some time. She didn't get to the gym earlier, so she rushed to the gym really quick. Well, I guess they have a gym on set, and or by the set, and so she can get a quick workout. And she still had her hair as Rey, so she covered it up. She put a bag over it, or a clothing thing over it, so we couldn't see what her hair will be like in Episode 8. So I bet they probably told her don't do it. I'm wondering is it anything cool? Is it a spoiler hair?
Yeah.
Are you in Princess Leia buns? I don't know what the deal is. But so she's still actively shooting. So it's not like they're just wrapping up with some B-roll shots or anything like that. They're still shooting the movie, but they're nearly done with the actors. And Mark Hamill has shaved his beard. I don't know if you've seen some pictures of him doing this recently. So either that means he's done for the film, and so he can, his beard, which is, as he puts it, contractually obligated to have a beard. Either he doesn't need the beard for that part of the movie, or he's done shooting, he's wrapped, and so he can shave his beard finally. So, almost done, and we'll be getting some stuff, I'm sure. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, and there was some
week.
speculation and rumors going around about how, I guess the way he talked about rapping, that was like that was it for him, almost in a sense that he's like not in episode 9. Did you read about that?
Yeah, that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Well, there's Daisy really said some stuff too like that. I think she was like, "I don't know what my future is like in the series." Or whatever. It's like, what? And people were like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna die, or Luke's gonna die, or whatever." And it's like, no, it's not. They just haven't read the script yet.
I could see Luke dying.
Yeah, I think that's definitely possible.
I mean, I'd hate to see Han dying and then Luke dying and then whatever, but it's not a stretch to say that something's probably going to happen to him. But I hope not. I hope he.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
God, we got to see more. We got to see more than one movie of Master Jedi Luke. So
jeez, but if he's gonna die, it's got to be something epic. Hopefully, because if we're hearing all these scenes of him fighting off the Knights of Ren easily on the island, so it's got to be something big. If he is going to die, maybe he sacrifices himself. That's probably the only way he's gonna go.
And then he appears as a Force ghost.
Yeah.
Right away. So that's I read that and I was thinking, I don't know, that's just probably, I mean, it probably didn't take him long to obviously grow a beard, so if he needs to grow a beard back for episode 9, which I'm assuming they'll probably start, they won't shoot that for another couple of years, so he's got
9?
Be after episode, after episode 8 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So after December, so it'll be 2018. So he's got a couple years to get it back. But that is tough because he had to grow it out for that one shot in episode 7, and then keep it, I guess, for 2 years. Who knows? Yeah.
But so that's episode 8. I mean, I kind of we'll talk about this in a second. But Rogue One, not too much news other than what we talked about last week. Not even. I mean, there's not even more clarification or anything like that. It's been kind of quiet since that big Entertainment Weekly article. But we are getting some Rogue One stuff. Comic-Con, sorry, Celebration next week, and with that, it has been said that, or it's kind of been found out, I guess, that we will be getting a 3-minute new trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, and someone I think was looking through like some kind of TV guide or something on their television, satellite, whatever, and they looked at the schedule for Celebration. I don't know how they found it, but they found it basically in the schedule saying like a description of Celebration that we're getting a 3-minute Rogue One trailer, and so it's going to be airing on television somewhere next Friday, like Friday night, our time. So that means we'll most likely be getting that at Celebration earlier in the day when they do their Rogue One panel. Now, I've been trying to find out the time that they're going to do the Rogue One panel in London because they are live streaming that now. Mm-hmm. But kind of hard to figure out the exact time. I think the panel itself is going to be airing at 11 a.m. next Friday from 11 to noon. So we'll be getting it then. But I'm not sure when it's happening in Europe. If it is in fact live streaming, no delay, then it's the same time. Then it's 2 o'clock London time. Excuse me, because they're 4 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Which means it's not the opening ceremony unless it starts at, I don't know. Timing's confusing because if London starts at 9 or 8 in the morning, then that's like 4 or 5 in the morning our time. So there's some discrepancies there. But we'll be getting it Friday morning, the trailer, through the live streaming thing, I'm sure. And it'll be aired and officially released throughout the day also. But new trailer next Friday. Get ready for it. 3 minutes. Maybe we'll get some Vader stuff. Probably.
I think it's, I don't know. I don't know if we're getting any action of Vader, but definitely
probably
a shot.
Not, yeah. Yeah, so very excited. I want, we can try to speculate what we're going to see. Like, I want dialogue, of course, more dialogue. I want some villain dialogue. I don't know. I want to hear Ben Mendelsohn's character, the director Krennic. I want some more of that. Because obviously, plot wise, we know the plot.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, it's hard to speculate, because there's always there's that main story, and there's always an underlying story. Like, what is the underlying story?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming, that if you think about, if most people understand movie scripts, you have plot points, right? You're gearing towards a plot point, meaning that a plot point is like when the story kind of just takes an unexpected turn and goes into another direction. Right. You usually have two main plot points. You usually have two main plot points in the movie. That's why most movies are around 90 minutes long or something like that are, in a sense where, after, and it's funny because if you really pay attention, like you can tell when, if you're really looking for it, you can tell when a plot point happens. And if you look, it's like 30 minutes into the movie, And then a little over an hour, there's another one.
Yeah.
And then it kind of gets to the conclusion. So what I mean by that is that obviously I think the recruitment part of Jin happens in the first 30 minutes or so. And once we get going, which is probably the first plot point of them having the team and going to get the plans, it's like, what is the
second one
next plot that's going to twist this a little bit, which is, I don't know, it has to do with her backstory, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Her father.
And her father and all that stuff. I think that's, so it is, very similar to episode 7. It's like, again, we've harped on this so many times, but like the prequels, you just knew the story. You just knew what was going to happen or what characters, what characters were going to survive and going to die. This, like 7, is just, you just no idea, and we don't know any of these people. We knew Han and Leia and Chewbacca and the droids, obviously, in episode 7, but you didn't know about Rey, you didn't know about Finn, but in this one, I mean, besides Mon Mothma, and maybe Vader, obviously, we don't know about the villain, we don't know about Jim, we don't know about any of those other guys. I don't even know the names of yet, but so I mean, we do know Saw Gerrera, Forrest Whitaker. So, but it's just, it's so to me, it's just so interesting. It's so like, and we, like you said, we know the story, but the main story, and we know that they're going to get the plans and send them to Princess Leia, right? Yeah. I mean, we know that part, but all the effort that goes into it, again, it changes the way you see episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very beginning, it's like,
oh, so-and-so died to get you these plans. Or whatever.
Yes.
It's like, we don't know who that is yet. So that's going to be the journey. That's going to be the emotional impact, is falling in love with these characters. And that's why I think that's what I'm so excited about, because it's not like they had to spend forever thinking of over the big plot, the main plot.
Right.
So they spent most of their time with these subplots and with these characters. So that's what kind of the beauty of this film is. We're gonna get some great characters, I feel like,
and that's what I was getting at too. Is making sure that there's enough in there that because there's, you can get into that issue of too many characters and not knowing enough of all of them. You know what I mean? Because I mean, there's like 6 or 7 of them in the group, right?
Heist film. You just got to think about those other heist type movies.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, but I have the utmost confidence that they're going to pull it off, and I welcome what some are calling a war movie that maybe that's not a Star Wars movie. It's but I welcome it. I think to see a part of Star Wars we haven't seen before and dive into a different aspect of the Civil War that we only see on the side of really the rebels. This is again the side of the rebels, but I think we're going to get more on the Navy side. With that, what's his name?
Krennic.
With Krennic, yeah, exactly. And I think there's gonna. I have a feeling there's gonna be. I mean, I could be totally wrong at this, but I have a feeling there's going to be a little more Emperor in there than we think, possibly. I don't know if it's going to be.
Well, if he's trying to vie for the attention of the Emperor.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not exactly him. Obviously not. I mean, there's no rumors of Ian McDermott coming back or somebody, but I think he's going to be referenced a lot, and I think Vader is going to play a little bit of, there's going to be that, like I mentioned before, that Shadows of the Empire storyline with Zeiser and Vader, where they're kind of clashing a little bit, and I don't know. So I think we're going to get both sides of this, not just the rebels stealing the Death Star plans. I think we're going to get some story out of him and what he's trying to establish on the Imperial side, because we got to remember, when you look at the Galactic Civil War, it's like the Empire is all bad, and the rebels are trying to establish, but just exactly like what happened in the prequels. I mean, more than half the people in the Navy they don't know any better. They think that this is the way it should be because of the corruption that they thought was happening, right? That it was basically put on by the guy that they're following. So it's like they don't know any better. And this guy here is, again, I don't know any storyline, but I'm just saying he may, he's doing what he believes is right. These guys are these rebels, and that's what's so cool about it. I think is like, and that's what I thought was so cool about the whole separatist stuff, because like how he played both sides, man. It's like he's telling the Senate that they're evil separatists, and then the separatists are saying, no, there's corruption in the Senate, so we're making it better. And it's like they're both led by the same guy. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. And so this, I think we're gonna get both sides of it. So
I just with that character description that Krennic is trying to be goody-goody with the Emperor. I mean, do you expect to see at least the Emperor a little bit? I mean, like a hologram?
Would, yes.
Like I picture a scene of like almost like Force Awakens where you had Hux and Kylo Ren talking to Snoke. I picture Vader with Krennic talking to the Emperor, and like they're kind of going back and forth or whatever. I don't know. Like,
I do. I feel like. I mean, I do feel like
just keep referencing him the whole time,
right? I do feel like we're gonna, again, like you said, see a hologram of him, or actually see him. I don't know. Maybe not hear him, but maybe see him.
I haven't read anything about Ian McDiarmid.
I hope. I know we went through that whole thing where, it might have been the last show, I think, where people were, we talked about the whole banishment of the.
Yeah.
I think that was the last show, right?
Yeah.
I truly, all I got to say is we better see Coruscant.
True.
And what,
I would think so.
What the Emperor has established as his palace, the Emperor Palace, is one of the main buildings now.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Why not? Yeah. I mean, that would just tie it in so much for me, and I don't know, but what we've seen of it is...
Or a reference. I would take a reference at least, I guess.
Absolutely. Because at that point, it is... Imperial City is... Yeah. Well, I guess, I don't know. Is Imperial City canon? That's canon now, right? I mean... I
think so. I don't know. Well,
they turned Coruscant into Imperial City, so they might not call it Coruscant.
The Jedi Temple is the Emperor's palace now.
Yeah. Correct. I think that's right?
Yeah.
And it's dubbed Imperial City, at least in the expanded universe. So again, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's. I
don't know. I
haven't read all
in
the books yet.
In the books, I don't think they.
The comic books.
Wait a minute.
I think they said in the comic books.
Coruscant. Did they say Coruscant or Imperial City? Shoot.
Well, like I know in the Star Wars comic. No, it's Star Wars comic. I think it might be the Star Wars comic. I'm not sure where they show a scene in Imperial City.
Well, Luke goes to do what?
Might be the Lando. I think it's the Lando series because you have Mas Amedda talking to Emperor about, I think, the stolen ship with all of his artifacts on it. And I think that was in Imperial City. I'm trying to think on the panel it says the location. I think it says.
I just got the Lando book.
Here, let me run over there and grab it while you talk.
I just got the Lando book over there. Yeah, it's on the shelf. So I got the trade, which I keep harping, that is one of the best series out there, written by Charles Soule. 5-issue series, a good read. Check that out.
And I'm back, but I'm going to look through the pages here.
Yeah, I'm going to look up Imperial City because I think I want to say he might have still called it Coruscant. I don't know if he ever
Coruscant,
or
capital
maybe
city world of the Galactic Empire.
is that what's on there?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's still Coruscant.
Coruscant. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
What is it? What does it say? Coruscant.
Coruscant, capital city world of the Galactic Empire. So
Okay.
city world.
So that he
Imperial
didn't.
City.
So according to that, they never changed the name.
Yeah.
That was an expanded universe thing then. Imperial City. I'm gonna look it up online and make sure that they. But they. This is canon. This is Legends. Let me
This
see.
is a great story. I love this.
Oh, it's very good. Okay, so according to Star Wars canon, it is Galactic City, later called Imperial City, was the name of the dense, whatever this word is, Ecumenopolis?
Yeah.
That covered the surface levels of the planet Coruscant. Areas of the city included the Senate District, the Works, and Cocoa Town.
Hey,
What the heck?
cool.
Built
Crazy
over thousands
Cocoa
of
Town.
years, Galactic City was home to over 1 trillion individuals. Underneath Galactic City were lower levels of Coruscant called the Underworld. So I don't know when they're claiming that. I don't know what this is claiming that Galactic City. So it looks like it was called Galactic City. That's the city on Coruscant. Later, it was called Imperial City. So maybe, according to that's canon. So I don't know what point they do reference that as.
Yeah.
But anyway, a little off tangent there.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. Any reference to that? Because I love that city.
Yeah.
That's where I would live. If I lived in Star Wars, I would live in Imperial City. I'm telling you right now. Or Galactic City,
Yeah.
whatever it's
Whatever.
called. Okay, so big news coming next week. Rogue One. Again, they had also announced on if you watch the Star Wars show, they announced that they are live streaming, like you said, like they did at Anaheim. I was at Anaheim, so I didn't have to watch it live streamed. But I will definitely do as much as live streaming viewing. It's all weekend, I guess they're live streaming, right?
Yeah,
all weekend. Unfortunately, it's only 3 days.
Yeah.
We get 4 days in the States for some reason. But I guess I don't know why.
Yep.
No Thursday to Sunday, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But even Sunday, I think there's the
Han
filmmaker
Solo,
thing.
Yeah, like the future of Star
Yes,
Wars, whatever.
that's
so
big.
You have the Han Solo movie. You've got Episode 8 stuff.
You think you're going to announce any more future movies?
I think I like to think we'll get the third spin-off movie announced.
Yeah.
If not this one, then definitely next Celebration.
And then do you think, did we mention yet, do you think we're going to get a title for Episode 8?
I think so.
You think so?
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know. It might be too soon.
I'm optimistic, man.
I think they're going to do that at Celebration Orlando.
See, I feel like that's too late.
You think it's too late?
I just feel like it's like there's we're in this weird.
We got
time.
we got Episode 7 title only 13 months before.
Yeah, it was November.
It was
right?
November.
Yeah,
It
so
was Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying. We're in this weird period. It's too early now, then we'll be too late next April. So either we won't get it, we'll just get it in some kind of teaser.
Maybe we'll get in the teaser in front of Rogue One.
Yeah, like that. So I'd say either Celebration now or a teaser.
I think it's
for
too
Rogue
soon
One.
right now.
Yeah,
Because I think revealing, now that I think about it, revealing that title, I think would take the sales out of Rogue One a little bit.
yeah,
And they got to push Rogue One.
That's been their MO so far.
Yeah.
They totally just wait until
They're
the next
holding on
movie's
to
done.
it.
Yeah,
I don't even think we're going to,
we
they're
got
almost,
Rogue One title though before Episode 7 came out.
Yeah, but that was the name of the movie, really. I mean,
Yeah.
that wasn't the title, because they announced, didn't they? When they announced that at Celebration, they announced Rogue One at Celebration, didn't it? No, it was before that because
remember.
they had that little teaser then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they announced Rogue One.
Well, it might have been with that teaser.
Um,
It was Rogue One, an anthology film back then.
It was, but the panel was called Rogue One. I think it was because they had the filmmaker on there. They had Garrett Edwards
Yeah.
on there, and a couple story group people. I had left. We left before that. That was Sunday afternoon. I was late in the day. Because then I remember hearing like, oh, they showed footage of. I'm like, what? They haven't even shot anything yet.
Yeah.
It was all fake. Not fake, but it was all just made. Yeah, it's fake. All right, so that was
that's your Rogue
that's
One
your
stuff.
Rogue One stuff and your film stuff. So just look for it next weekend. Big news.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on to some other mediums here on television. The Freemakers, since we've been on here, my surface is all frozen now. But since we've been on here, our last episode, there hasn't been a new one. Mm-hmm. There's 5 episodes out there right now on Disney XD, I think you said, right? I think you can stream them all on Disney XD.
Yeah.
But the newest episode, episode 6, called Crossing Paths, will be out this Monday, actually, July 11th. And then you have the following Monday, the 18th, is episode 7, Race on Tatooine, and then it wraps July 25th, a week after that, called The Test. That's episode 8. The Freemaker Adventures.
Freemaker.
Really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. My daughter's into it. She's watching it a lot now too. So watch that. Check that out. Coming out. Unbelievable. We didn't really touch on it in the whole celebration thing, but they are premiering season 3 of Rebels. Mm-hmm. The first 2 episodes, like they did at Celebration Anaheim. They're premiering the season 3 of Rebels at Celebration, which that's probably the biggest thing I regret I'm missing. Is that, to be honest, because I know I'm going to be able to watch the Rogue One trailer over and over again. But I remember when I saw the season 2 premiere at Celebration, I was literally one of only a couple thousand people that saw it, and they did not release it right away. It didn't come out until when it premiered, late in the summer, right? Or early fall. Mm-hmm. So, and it was, oh my God, Vader, it was unbelievable. So I am, that's the one thing I wish I would be able to see is that because I think season 3 is going to be, plus, Filoni's got this big reveal that's coming, which is Rebels related. So it's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see or hear what. Obviously, there'll probably be like a little trailer. Yeah. Kind of kicking off, like they did with.
A little sizzle or something like that. Yeah.
Because they did that. They released that while we were at Anaheim, because we watched it while we were in line a couple times. Actually, it might have come out just then, because I remember watching it in line for the premiere, because we stayed in line for the premiere about 3 or 4 hours. And I remember watching it and like just seeing Vader and getting floored, just and Ahsoka and all that stuff, So anyway, pretty awesome. Okay, so that's all the TV stuff. Just wanted to mention, if you're unaware, on the book side, this hit the news waves right when we got done recording last week. But DK is coming out with some books this fall that are very, very interesting. I think they're the ones that we kind of read out the absolutely everything you need to know, Ultimate Star Wars. And remember, DK is the encyclopedia type books for Star Wars. It's the facts, it's the canon stuff that you can reference. It's the ships and how they're built, and really, if you think about it, because I remember being at a panel there and they were describing it. If you think about it, DK is basically all the facts, and then Del Rey is all the stories. Yeah. So these books here, the 3 that are coming, one of them is called The Amazing Book of Star Wars. Now, this one is, I want to say, I'm pretty sure that one is more kid-based. It's for the younger kids. So if you The Amazing Book. So if you have younger kids like my daughter, this would be perfect for her, because apparently there's little short sentences that the kids can read and get to know these characters and get to know these people.
I might read it. Heck,
I'm going to read it for sure. I mean, anything easy for me to read is actually perfect.
Quick and fun, easy. Yeah, canon. Let's do it.
Yeah, who wants to read like a paragraph? I just want a couple of lines. That's it. So then you got the complete locations, Star Wars complete locations. So that's the one I'm really looking forward to. I want to. I'm interested in all the canon now. What is canon? What worlds are canon? What didn't make it in? Yet. And then the big one I think is year by year a visual history. So that is going to be cool. I think. And it's got a great cover on it because it's got Ahsoka, Vader, Rey on it. It's called and I think they've had this before, but this is updated and expanded. So updated meaning obviously they probably got rid of all of the EU stuff, and whatever stuff was in there from EU. But those are 3 books coming out this fall. I think they're all hitting sometime. I had the dates. I think it's sometime in September. But forgive me, I don't know.
I wonder if Pablo Hidalgo has to go reference anything. What if he just knows it? Like if he's writing these books, it's like I just go from the notes in my head, and I don't need to go to archives.
I'm pretty sure he probably knows. Like he can probably know exactly what page it is on what he does. And then another exciting news that I just slipped my mind until I saw an article on it, but the next chapter of the Aftermath series hits shelves on Tuesday, July 12th. Yeah. So I started reading the first book. I don't know. I got a couple chapters in, and I just haven't been able to get back to it. But I know some guys that have read it. They loved it.
Yeah.
So after Life Debt, it's called Aftermath Life Debt. That is coming out Tuesday, and then the main announcement was that the third book, which they announced on
Star Wars
Show, and I think it's called. What was it called? Shoot. I had it, but I lost it. Anyway, that book's coming out. His stores in January 2017, so that'll actually come out after Rogue One. But it's called Aftermath.
Empire's End.
Empire's End, yes, that's right. Empire's End. So, I'm assuming that's the end of the Empire?
One would think.
One would
Wouldn't
think.
you? But yeah, the cover was released.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Star Destroyer going down. Yeah, I do love the covers of these things. So
Empire's End.
Empire's End.
Wending. Is Bill Superstar Destroyer?
I mean, that's technically that's the first. This is in the new canon. This is the first trilogy of books. Similar to
this is like the
Thrawn trilogy.
It's basically the Thrawn trilogy.
Almost
new canon.
The new canon, So I will. What we're going to do is because there's no way I wouldn't rely on us giving a big review on these. So we're gonna find somebody that's going to read these books and get some reviews out there for you guys. Because it is, I do want to read it though. I do want to get into this Aftermath stuff because I am so interested in what's been going on these 30 years.
Yeah,
with Bloodline as well. I started reading that a little bit.
Started it, yeah. That's the thing. Like I'm about 50 or 100 pages into A New Dawn, about 3 chapters in Bloodline. That's about it.
About it. Yeah,
it's comic books are fine.
Yeah, I'm up to speed on those pretty much. Speaking of, Russ is on vacation. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to find
Han Solo 2 came out.
Oh, it did?
Poe Dameron 4? Or that might have been a preview. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what, a little behind on that too.
We got to outsource these things.
Yeah, I know, right? But we will, I'm going to find out what's coming out for you on that stuff side. So, all right. While I'm doing that, let's, I think that's roughly all the news.
Yeah, we can talk about that article?
Yeah,
a little bit.
I do.
Trying to think if there's anything else going through here. If there's any other news, but not much.
Yeah,
not much going on.
Everything's just gearing up for Celebration.
Yeah.
Basically. Star Wars show, like I said, that's still coming out on Wednesdays. This one, like I said, revealed some Celebration streaming stuff, and then, so yeah, I did find an article that I brought to Casey that I was interested in. He said he did read it, so we'll just throw it out there. But there was something on my Facebook feed that said the alien story that nearly ruined Star Wars, or something like that. Yeah. And it was the whole you saying Vong, right?
Vong
you saying Vong. And yeah, we just got to talking about that. And I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I never read. I read a couple books in the Expanded Universe, nothing about the New Jedi Order or any of that stuff. I've read the stupid Cliff Notes, I guess what you call it.
Wikipedia stuff.
The dummy Cliff Notes
Spark
for
Notes.
dummies or something. Yeah. So I read the outside stuff where I knew that Jason Solo had turned, and I knew that Jaina Solo, whatever, fought him and all that stuff.
She kills him.
Yeah, I knew about Ben Skywalker and Marge. I know the outlying stories. I haven't read anything. I knew Chewbacca. Spoiler, had died.
Yeah,
it's not spoiler because it's not canon.
Yeah, come on.
Chewbacca died in this whole Yusing Vong storyline, right?
We're gonna spoil some of this Yusing Vong stories because this is like a 20 book or something like that series. This
a ton.
I read a lot of them. I got about halfway through the series, and when I was in middle school. And this is kind of when I just stopped reading for pleasure, not voluntarily, just because I got so busy with school and stuff during high school. But I love the New Jedi Order, the NJO, as we called it. If you were cool back then, but really cool. Yeah, it was incredible. The first book, Vector Prime, I believe is what it was called. Chewie dies and gets crushed by a moon, which is insane.
Yeah,
but
it's the only way you can die, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Mara Jade is well established in this. This is 35 years after Return of the Jedi. Luke is well established. The new academy's been well established at this point for many years. Mara Jade and Luke are they're together. They've been together for quite a long time. Jason and Jaina, the twins, are grown up. Anakin, the third solo child, is
that's right.
He's I think he was a young teen at this time. Maybe he was preteen. I can't remember, but he was actually my favorite character. He got killed off too, about almost halfway through. It was an insanely cool scene. It was one of my favorite books that I read in that series. Tragic, but he was a great character, very powerful. He had a purple lightsaber as well. Anakin Solo died, but then Jaina dabbled with the dark side a little bit. Jason dabbled with it a little bit. He didn't turn in this series, but he got he was definitely on that path. Ben Skywalker was born in this series. A lot of things happened. Mon Mothma was even in this series for a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she was dead at this point. I can't remember, but yeah, crazy stuff happened, and and this article was bashing it.
Yeah,
which was really surprising to me. I mean, I wasn't in the Star Wars community really at this time. I got on some of the forums on the Force.net. I was on the Jedi Council forums back then, where all it was fan fiction on this specific forum, but there was other forums on Force.net. This is back when hyperspace was still a subscription thing you can get on. So there was the community, but I wasn't really in the community of Star Wars. So I didn't know the fan response to New Jedi Order. And I just knew my best friend Adam Horn, who got me into the books. He loved the series. My other buddies who read it loved the series. I loved the series. They made almost 24 of these books, so I assume the fans loved it because they kept making them to tell the rest of the story. But this article, this guy says, that this story almost ruined Star Wars. And it was just, he was raising criticism. There were criticisms of the story. Yeah, fans were upset that Chewbacca died. The author who wrote that book never wrote a Star Wars book again because he got so much fan backlash for it. But I think it was tragic, but it played out so well on the stories because like Han Solo was tragically, he was devastated by it, and there was like a good book series there. Like there were like trilogies within this series, so there was like a 2 or 3-parter book series within the NJO, where Han Solo was just on this kind of a sabbatical where he was just distraught by this loss of his buddy. So it was a very well written series. All the great Star Wars writers writing some book in this series.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal. But the Yuuzhan Vong, if you haven't read those books, not that there's a reason why you should read it now, but if you read them, if you didn't read them, the Yuuzhan Vong, that's how I'm pronouncing it. I don't know if it's really how it's pronounced. They're this. It's funny to say alien race, and that's one point that the guy brought up in the article. It's like to call them an alien race is kind of interesting to us because technically everybody in Star Wars is an alien to us.
That's right.
This is a foreign alien race to the Star Wars characters where they're not in the same galaxy. They're from another galaxy. They came in, they basically invaded, and they can't be affected by the Force. At the start of it, they can't be. Anakin Solo actually finds a way to kind of somewhat tap into them. Because like when you look at them with the Force, it's like a void, and that's what they are. They're like a void in the Force. It's pretty interesting. They're all like, it's an organic race where all their ships, all their clothing, all their weapons are grown. It's all organic.
It's like it's weird because that's like Krypton in the new Superman.
Yeah,
that's not. Those are organic weapons and all that stuff.
Yeah, they don't believe in technology, so they think everything's impure, unclean, and so they try to kill and rid everything. Like they took over Coruscant, and they basically, in one book, they find that Coruscant's overgrown by the Yuuzhan Vong habitat, like the world engine. It's like they terraformed it basically. And it's really cool. Like there was really intense battles. Like it's harder to kill destroy their ships because they have like wormholes instead of shields or whatever, what they call the Dovin basins or something. I don't know. But like Jaina found a way to kill their ships. Anakin found a way to tap into the Force, whatever. And even their sticks, their little sticks that they had, couldn't be cut by lightsabers. But I think they found a way to like fine tune it to where I don't know. But I can't remember. Yeah, it was really interesting. It was really cool. But this guy didn't like it.
No, he didn't like it,
and his sources say that no one else did.
And I like you, I never read it, but I around people that have, and they loved it. And we mentioned this long ago. Whenever I came back from Celebration last year, but there was plans that Filoni was going to have to incorporate them in in the Clone Wars.
That would have been a mind blowing,
and it wasn't going to have them. As far as what I remember, he said it wasn't. The intent was not to have them show up. It was the intent was just going to show that they existed. So, the ships you describe, they're massive.
They do have massive world ships. Yeah,
they're not like Star Destroyers. They're insanely bigger than Star Destroyers.
And it's like, then they look, like I said, they're organic. So it's like a big fungus thing in this space.
It is because he showed a sketch that compared it to. I think it was a Star Destroyer, and it just dwarfed it. I mean, it was like Star Killer Base, basically, almost. You know what I mean? It's just huge.
Yeah.
But that's what was going to happen. Was they were going to come across an abandoned ship or something like that, and everybody when he put the sketch up, everybody knew it was the Vong, and he kept saying we were going to bring the Vong, and it's like everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like. God, everybody loves that story, but apparently this guy doesn't think so.
I don't know where he's getting his sources. Yeah. I mean,
him and his buddy.
I hate that crap. If he's basing it off the Chewbacca thing, which, of course, again, everybody hated that.
Yeah.
That guy was shunned from the Star Wars community, but it was good. I mean, there was a series.
It's unfortunate because he probably got the okay
from
Leland at the time. Like, yeah, you can kill Chewbacca.
Yeah. I mean, it helps Han Solo. I mean, it kind of pushes him in a different path. But there was a brief series after that. It was like a 3-book series, I think, like the Nest trilogy or something, whatever. And that's when like Jason starts to really become Darth Caedus. But it was like I think was a mostly panned series, and that was like another kind of weird alien race. I think I never read them, but my friends who read it said it was horrible. It was a bad follow up to the new Jedi Order. So maybe that's what he's kind of referring to, but he is referring to events of New Jedi Order that was panned. But overall, the series was great.
Yeah.
So if you want to read good Star Wars stories, definitely pick up these books, but they're not canon. So sorry,
no need
to.
Because you'll read, you'll read about twins that aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it just shows you that they're especially when Filoni was going to do that. It shows that they know the good parts of what fans like from the expanding universe, from the legend stuff, and they're trying to incorporate as much as they can. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Good for them.
Pretty cool. All right, that'll probably do it. Real quick on the comic side, yes, Casey was right. Han Solo #2 and Poe #4 came out this past week. Next week, there actually isn't a Star Wars release next week, so next week we'll get caught up. We'll get Russ back in here and do some reviews. We may talk about it too as well, because I need to get caught up with those last 2 issues that came out yesterday, so we will do that for you. Other than that, we'll be up. We'll do a show next week before Celebration, so we'll kind of get you caught up on whatever we read and hear about what's coming for sure for Celebration, and then we'll definitely be talking lots about what is revealed at Celebration. So I'm sure there's going to be enough there to talk for a long time until we get some more stuff from Rogue One and then Episode 8 as the months go by. So, and also obviously leading up to the Rebels Season 3, which is going to be big. So, all right, let's get into some of our canon material here.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
All right, for me, a little brief profile. This is a short little blurb here from Ultimate Star Wars by DK Publishing. The Comlink. So this is that little device, little comlink that you see in Episode 1. It's in the Clone Wars and Episode 3. The manufacturer is Sorosub Corporation. The model of this is, I didn't know this, Hush 98, which I didn't know there were models, but this is a Hush 98 model comlink. It's a handheld comlink. So they are just used for standard communication to transmit and receive data. Not just Jedi Knights have this, but many Jedi Knights are equipped with the Hush 98 comlink. And this is interesting, I guess. There is a range on this. There's a 100-kilometer or 62-mile range for the comlink. So I guess when Qui-Gon was talking to Obi-Wan in Episode 1, they're within 62 miles of each other, which I'm sure they're within a few miles. And it has security devices to prevent unauthorized interception. It has silent projectors, apparently, to allow Jedi to maintain stealth while communicating with their allies. Stealth projectors, that's interesting. Hush 98 is also, as you know, able to magically transmit blood sample data used to determine midichlorian levels. Now, it's strange that this thing has basically 2 functions. Well, 3. Transmit, receive. 2. So it's transmit and receive data, or I guess that kind of is all-encompassing. It says it transmits and receives data, and it transmits and receives midichlorian blood counts. I want to know what else it can do. It can't just be those things, to talk through it and transmit blood levels. There's got to be more than that. But I remember growing up when the prequels came out, and they came out with these toys of the comlinks. It was really cool, because every single little action figure from the Episode 1 lineup, it came with a little tiny plastic clear chip, about a 2-inch long plastic chip that the picture of the character that you bought on there. So you took these little chips, you collected them with each toy, and you can actually put them on a necklace too, which is pretty cool, little chain clip necklace. And if you bought the comlink, you can put that chip on the comlink and it would say a quote from the movie. But the comlink wasn't the small one that you see here. It was actually a big fat like remote looking thing. I think we still have it. I have to look at my old toy bag, but I think I still have this stuff. So it was cool because it was around the movies come out before it came out, so you would hear these little pieces of dialogue from the film before you saw it, and you had one from like Anakin, from Mace, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, battle droids, every single character, C.O. Bibble, Palpatine, all these people, Queen Amidala, all that stuff. So really cool little device, little comlink there. So that's me. Are you found something yet over there for you? Anything?
Not really. I'm just kind of, I don't know because I can't find anything really technology based to kind of coincide what you got. So I don't know. I'm just gonna pick something here out of Jabba's palace, I guess.
Cool.
Let's see, Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, that's not really too. So this is strange but true. This is, of course, out of everything you need to know. But Jabba has every good reason to be paranoid. Many of his employees are out to get him. Even his right-hand man, Bib Fortuna, his Quarren bookkeeper, Tessic, and Garwin Nastal, a snarling Soren combat trainer. That's why he has spies everywhere.
See this guy, Bib Fortuna's quote there. His famous quote, Dawanga Wanga.
Dawanga Wanga. Now, this is crazy. The top 5, see if you can name these.
Okay.
Top 5 bounty hunters in Jabba's court.
Oh, Boba's there.
Boba, number 1. Jabba's best mercenary, legendary
Dengar's there,
one.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's number 4. A Corellian mercenary who often works for the Hutts.
And that's all I feel like I recognize. I can't think of who else was there.
Yeah, Bosk apparently was there.
Oh.
A brutish Trandoshan hunter of Wookiees, pilot of the Hound's Tooth, and Boba Fett's close friend. A Manaman.
Amanaman?
Do you know who that is? I don't know who that is.
I have to see it right now.
Mysterious Amani headhunter who prefers using traditional hunting weapons instead of blasters.
Oh, do not recognize this guy at all.
Manaman? What does he look like? A Manaman? Oh, yeah. Did I see him?
He's an action figure.
Yeah, he's in Jabba's.
I cannot.
But number 5 is really weird. I never realized that she was a bounty hunter.
Who?
Slice Noodles.
Slice Noodles is a bounty hunter?
Yeah. That's what it says. Number 5, Slice Noodles.
What? She can do
a glamorous
do that and sing?
Palawic singer and spy who executes her love, Zero the Hutt, in return for a big reward from Jabba. So she killed Zero the Hutt?
I don't remember that at all.
This is canon, though.
Yeah, well, here's an image of Sly with Zero.
Oh, was that in Clone? Did he?
I don't know if she killed him in Clone Wars or not. I don't know.
I can't remember that either. Wow,
that's cool.
She's a bounty hunter, which I did not know.
Sweet.
That's a good trivia question, actually.
Yeah. Man.
Anyway.
Yeah. Here it is. Look at that.
She did? Oh man,
I think.
I did not remember that.
I think that's what she killed him.
Hey, I just gotta watch for Clone Wars again.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first, people.
Scoops. Told you.
Yeah,
we got
see?
the scoops.
Hey, Scoops. Sny the bounty hunter. Sly.
Yeah.
Sly.
Sly.
No, it's Sly.
No,
S-Y.
S-L-Y. Right? Sly. Slice Noodles. S-L-Y. S-N-O-O-T-L-E-S.
That's not what's in this book.
Oh, this... Hold on. Sly, you're right.
Sly. S-Y. Yeah.
It didn't correct me when I typed it in.
Oh, yeah.
Slice Noodles. Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah. No,
we won't.
No, because we like to be right.
This is real. This is
we like to debate a little bit, and then be right. All right, so that'll do it. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can check us out at Inside the Force. Of course, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Again, we got a lot of stuff brewing for the network. We'll keep talking about that as it comes along. But go to 21network.com, subscribe to this podcast as well as some other ones we got going on still. We're on Facebook, Twitter, like I said. We're also subscribed to this show on iTunes Radio, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TuneIn Radio. Of course, InsideTheForce.com. You can listen to all the shows right there or subscribe to our RSS feed right there. So, anyway, he's Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I'm DCuttingM21 on Twitter. We will be paying attention close to what's happening coming at Celebration next weekend. That is all for Casey Cooley.
Gosh dang it. Sorry, I had it down here. And
Casey Cooley. No. I got my Legend of Collectors today, my DC box, but I feel like I haven't gotten a Star Wars box in a while. I don't know why we haven't gotten.
True.
I was gonna look.
Anyways,
for Casey Cooley,
remember, concentrate on the moment. Feel, don't think. Trust your instincts.
That's some good advice.
That is good advice. I use it on the daily.
On the daily.
Not really, but I say it a lot, or I think about it a lot. There are several Star Wars quotes I do live by. There's a few.
When is this next one coming? It's
another.
The next one is Jabba's palace.
Topical.
The box closes on 7/15. Okay, so next week it'll ship out.
Okay, there you go.
Next week it'll ship out. Love those things. Mm-hmm. All right, so thanks for listening, everybody. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, like I said, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode as we gear up for a Celebration and all the things coming for that. For Casey,
goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave. Thanks for listening, everybody, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.